My legal name is Tyrone Adams. Ta'u is an Akan of Ghana male name meaning lion. Kamal is a Kiku'u of Kenya male name meaning quiet warrior. And Adwin is a Swahili term of endearment that means artist or thinker. This is a name that reflects and represents the man that I am today. The name change from Tyrone Keith Adams to Ta'u Kamal Adwin stems from my love of words and an affinity with African heritage and culture. I'm originally from Kansas City, born and raised by my adopted mother, Ethel Lee Dotson. She is and was the unwavering, unstoppable, and influential force behind my love of words. She was illiterate. However, her wisdom far exceeded any academic and scholarly writings I encountered. As a child, she would have me read to her, and when I stumbled across a word, she would have me sound it out. Now, how she knew the meaning of these words and how to properly pronounce them is still a mystery to me today. She made her physical transition Mother's Day, 1999. But before she left, she had given me so much love and grace, though I was her prodigal son. I am reminded of her telling me to speak intelligent, talk like you got some sense, boy. So, of course, I excelled in language arts, science, social studies, and other literature classes while in school. But it was something about poetry that made my pre-adolescent days more adventurous and imaginative, especially when I wanted the attention from the girls. Now, during my teenage years, I was a bad buddy. I was in and out of juvenile, group homes, and foster homes. I was always told that I was an endangered species, that I won't see 18, and if I do, I won't see 21, that I'll either be dead or in jail. My love of writing and poetry never waned, and many times, poetry became the only outlet for me to release things in my heart that caused me pain. I recall my bond with Mr. Montgomery, a teacher at McCune School for Boys. He would give me books to read such as The Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison, the autobiography of Malcolm X, and poetry by poets such as Langston Hughes, Nikki Giovanni, Sonia Sanchez, Maya Angelou, and many more. This ultimately led me to write about things such as race, African agency, resistance, art, indigenous culture, blackness, and so on. I consistently wrote about the plight of Africans in the diaspora until release from state custody in 1995. Upon returning to the streets, I found myself cycling back in and out of the system. Now, while inside, I would spit poetry to men in my pod, but upon release, I would lose my collection of poetry and return to an irresponsible lifestyle. As of today, I have writings from 2011 to the present. I remain unpublished, but not unheard, having appeared in clubs and even on radio. So what's love got to do with this? For me, love has been a through line leading me to the present. The love of my adopted mother and other strong women early in my life gave me a foundation of courage upon which to share this poetry with others. For this, I am grateful for those who came before me and those who will come after. I now present to you in the spirit of Namo, a spoken word piece entitled, What's Love Got to Do with It? What's love got to do with it? Everything. To the Moors, it's the highest principle known to mankind. And though I spit with the instrument of truth and have no love, well, these words are blind. What's love got to do with it? Absolutely everything. Especially when a poor man proposes on both knees without a wedding ring. Love, it has no ends, no corners. Vocalized by musical performers, no competitor. written and spoken in metaphor, the prey and predator, published in news articles, magazines, and journals, stored in neurological reservoirs. I got a Love Jones and a blues for Nina. When I heard the news about Tina, hope the industry won't turn her legacy into a broken record. The lost sheep deserves a faithful shepherd. Is there love in basketball? The utterance of these 4 letters after a glass of alcohol. What's love got to do with it? Over 1,000 elected, voted in the perfectly selected black public officials, watchdog groups with dog whistles. She nervously approaches the podium in a state of hypertension. Excess sodium secretes from her brow. The flyer failed to mention freedom now. What's love got to do with it? Watchdog groups with dog whistles, misguided North Korean missiles, American troops versus domestic sectarian groups, early school dismissal, mass shooter, overcrowded class, no updated computer or Wi-Fi in close proximity, tech gap, uncivil attack on capitalism. Who is the upriser? Racially biased facial recognition identified the looter. Main course before the appetizer. Auto workers and nurses on strike. Military recruiter on site. Push up the visor and follow the light. Watchdog groups with dog whistles informing the right. Leftist mutes pack the streets using sign language for political and economic ceremonial rights. Writes the Associated Press. She wears leadership, but this isn't considered the appropriate dress. Watchdog groups with dog whistles expose another socialist nest. Man, don't spank the kids, spank the parents. Exterminate these rodents and pests. Ongoing legal disputes over gender identity. Blue-collar workers in white-collar suits. Hate is our natural enemy. Love is our natural remedy. The essential element. Love, a part of every aspect of human development, the treasure buried in the sediment. Is love ever irrelevant? But when we exclude love from our choices, we silence and muzzle other voices. Love is sacrificial, more solid than bone gristle. When a relationship is entered for the collective will, we give up pieces of ourselves, a divine directive to heal. So what's love got to do with it? Everything.